Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I know most of you guys have been waiting for this update. And I want to apologize for being late. I was hosting several of my friends here in Kisumu. But a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. By the time of doing this video, IEBC has officially declared 21 constituencies out of the 292. And from what I can project, the results will either be announced tomorrow very late or on Sunday. But I'm giving a room up to Monday. So the wait is still going to be long. And for me, if you ask me, Raila Odinga is going to be declared the next president of the Republic of Kenya. What's going to happen after that is probably a presidential petition at the Supreme Court. And a lot of things took place yesterday and today. For those who've been following the happenings at Bomas, the telling stopped. And one thing which most Kenyans were asking, especially the ones which were ongoing on TV, and the questions which Kenyans were asking is what really transpired. The truth of the matter is that there were attempts to hack IEBC, and also Citizen TV was hacked at some point. NTV was also hacked. NTV was hacked, and some people tried uploading or feeding figures into the system. For Citizen TV, what they did was that they stopped the system, so nothing was actually taking place on Citizen TV. According to IEBC, there were over 200 attempts to hack into their server. But they are assuring Kenyans that everything is safe and everything is fine. So that's the first thing which took place, and that's why we saw the delays yesterday. The second thing which is giving IEBC headache and all political players is the fake Form 34As. For IEBC to declare results, they must ensure that all Form 34As are uploaded into the system. Then these Form 34As are tabulated into a form called Form 34B, which is now per constituency. That is what Chebukati is declaring. As at now, Chebukati has declared, I think, 21 constituencies. But there were chaos at the tallying center earlier today. You saw Moses Kuria trying to remove his clothes. Why? Because according to information which are credible, there were attempts, or there were people who managed to supply fake Form 34As. But IEBC had security features of the forms. So when these forms arrive at Bomas, what they do is that they check the serial numbers. And some of the serial numbers were not tallying with the serial numbers of the forms which were issued. Remember, for example, in Kamukunji, the Azimut team managed to capture pre-marked ballot papers from a presiding officer. And personally, if you ask me, Azimio La Umoja movement slept on the job. Election is a process. It's not an event. When you want to plan to win election, you do what Ruto did. You plan for it from the beginning until the end. Azimio and the deep state failed to take charge of the system. And that's why we are seeing these fake forms which were being submitted into the system. If Azimio had agents, I'm told they've not even paid some agents up to now, and some of those agents are holding onto the forms. If they had paid agents, these agents would have not allowed these fake forms to be submitted. I was looking at some results. For example, I looked at Mumias East. You can go to the IEBC portal. The spreadsheet is just a plain spreadsheet which was used to declare those results. While in real sense, the IEBC form should have serial numbers. There was also the Baringo, is it Baringo North, where there was no total. And the people who signed were only UDA. And there was also, I think, Mumias West, Webuye West, sorry, West or East. In Webuye West or East, that particular form was signed by 2 people, both of them claiming to be Ford Kenya. So those kind of problems would not really have happened if agents were present. So the truth is, IEBC is currently doing verification. What they are doing is that they are receiving all these forms, the forms 34As, and then verifying them together with agents. So if there's any discrepancies, then those forms are not updated. And that's why you saw UDA and Kenya Kwanza were very angry at some point. The other thing which is going to happen is that we are likely to witness delay in releasing of the results. You will have to wait. I just want to advise you in advance. Results of this election will not be tomorrow. It will not be tomorrow because this election is too close to call. All aspirants, Ruto, Raila, are keen on hitting the 50% plus 1 vote. That can only happen if the people who are verifying these forms are keen. And because they are keen, they're not going to allow anything just to happen like that. Rigging is part of politics. And in central Kenya, or the larger Mount Kenya region, something took place. There are allegations of rigging in the mountain. And the figures in Kiemskit are not tallying with what is being reported. For those who remember, IEBC announced that in central Kenya, or the larger Mount Kenya region, the turnout was 54%. Was it 54 or 55%? What is being reported now is that the turnout was 79. That issue is bringing a lot of confusion. So IEBC is now trying to figure out how to marry or how to merge the forms. Like, for example, how to tally the data on Kiemskit and what is on the IEBC register. Most counties in the larger Mount Kenya region are showing different figures, which means the results which they posted is actually not the true results. And I was reading a comment by Pauline Njoroge, and she compiled, I think with the help of Deep State, she compiled the data that over 800,000 people in the mountain went on this particular day to vote for their beloved president. Alone, 800,000. So these 800,000 never voted for a senator, they never voted for a governor, they never voted for MCA, women rep. These people just woke up, went to the polling station and voted for the president. Can't happen. So it means that there was a lot of vote inflation in the mountain. And that's why, if you go to William Kabogo's page, he's pointing out some issues with the Kiambu gubernatorial seat. That in Kiambu, Wamatangi's figures, almost all forms were changed. It can't be coincidence that in all forms, almost all majority of forms, where Wamatangi has 100, it's changed to 200 across. That's exactly what is being alleged to have happened in the mountain. That majority of forms which were submitted to the portal are not the true reflection because they were inflated. But why were they inflated? I can't blame William Ruto and I can't blame his team. The truth of the matter is that politics is a game and it has to be played, whether rough or clean. William Ruto understood the assignment. Azimio la Umoja slept. Why? They never invested on agents. Agents are the only people who can save aspirants. Raila Odinga ought to have invested on agents, not just agents, but agents who are ready to suffer for his cause. If you go to the mountain today, there are people who are ready to die for Raila Odinga. Those are the people who ought to have been appointed as agents in those regions, in Rift Valley. The figures, the IEBC, the figures is clearly inflated in those regions. If you look at William Ruto, he really invested in agents. In Migori, he used Okotho Bado. And Okotho Bado ensured that he had agents. So which means even if Raila Odinga and his team wanted to play games, those agents said no. I was talking to one of my friends and he was telling me that he was in one of the polling stations and he realized that William Ruto had agents and he was like, this guy had agents even where he was not sure of getting votes. Those agents are the people who protect the votes, the integrity of votes. If Raila Odinga and the deep state could not invest on agents, who do we blame? The truth is, Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta had the power, they have the money, they had the resources and everything. There was no need for Raila Odinga to leave the issue of agents to NIS and to Jubilee Party. He's the candidate. He ought to have figured out that in these regions I have my people, and these my people are the people who can protect my votes. Let us wait for tomorrow. From tomorrow, I'll begin giving you updates. Today, again, I was just busy meeting my friends, hosting them, then just moving around the town just to hear their thoughts. And right now, I'm just from Club The Place, where Johnny Jr. is actually playing. People are ready for the celebration, but it has been delayed. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.